Hey everybody, it's Make It All Maniac again. Today I will be showing you another Dollar Tree DIY for nail polish flowers and 4-leaf clovers. Let me show you what they look like. Here's the first 3 flowers I made, which I put on bobby pins for little hair clips, and they stay in so good because they're so light. Here's 2 more flowers I made. Sorry, I've only made 5 flowers and 1 clover that are completely done. Here is the 4-leaf clover. It is a little more difficult to make. For this project, you will need different nail polishes. And sorry, I have a sore throat, so please excuse me now if I do that in the future, which I probably will. Alright, being I say Dollar Tree DIY, at the Dollar Tree I found this 3-pack of steel wire, and that's what I'm using. A lot of people are using floral wire and jewelry wire, but I think the jewelry wire for a hairpin may squash its shape away a lot easier than this. This actually holds up pretty tough. You're going to need wire cutters and some, I like to use pliers. You have to kind of with the 4-leaf clover. Bobby pins if you're going to make hair pretties. Obviously, I would recommend E6000 if you're going to glue them on the bobby pins. I used some Dollar Tree glue. Here's the E6000 I should have used, and obviously if you're going to use the E6000 or the glue to keep your lid from going on, you need that. I used the gel kind, but what I noticed, I don't know if my camera will pick it up, it's kind of like white and cloudy. It's going to be back against your head so no one would see it, but I don't know, I think it looked better in clear. And all 3 that I glued kind of got this like white cloudiness to it. So I thought the E6000 dries clear. There is, you know, your choice of regular crazy glue, but there's like a little bit of wire when the way I cut it, and it holds onto the bobby pin easier. So the gel kind of globbed up like the E6000 would, so it won't poke you. Alright, to get started, oh, you're also going to need some ink pens or pencils. I choose pens because the round shape is way easier. A smaller pen will make an easier flower for beginners. And I used some fatter pens for the 4-leaf clover. Alright. Let's make a flower first. If it cuts off at any point because I'm still recording with my phone, I will do a part 2. Alright, you're going to go around the pen and twist once. All the way. Now you're going to take this and go around as many times as you want petals. A flower 5 is real nice and easy. So on the back opposite of your knot, you want to count how many petals. Then I kind of, because I'm still learning, I don't know how to work off the spool yet. I cut it off with a little extra excess. Now, next to the last one, I kind of I'm sorry if you can't see this just the best. I'm really trying to show y'all. I kind of make a slight little fold. And then I slide it off. Without hurting this massive coil, take this and go into it. And come out, see where you got like this little U shape where you tied off your first knot, go through there. Now don't pull all the way through. I stick it back on. Sometimes it'll pull through, if you grab the right one, it'll pull through nicely. Sometimes it won't. Now don't pull too hard because you don't want to pull your last loop through. Now I again pull it off and kind of squeeze it and you're going to want to go over the top and go back through the same direction. This time I go through the whole thing. Now I don't pull all the way yet. I again found this was easier to push this back on. And now pull it tight. And then wrap a few times nice and snug. You don't want to go too far down if you want to attach this to a hair clip or something. But if you're going to make hairpins, if you want to twist some more, twist away. And then pull off and you have something like this. Now the 4-leaf clover is done. I have some already these pre-made. The 4-leaf, so this video goes quicker. The 4-leaf clover is done pretty much the same way. I use a fatter pen, but I only go through, wrap around 4 times, finishing the same. And that's when you're going to end up with some of these. Alright, let's find one with 5. Here's 5. Alright, now I take and kind of fan them out. Like that, so it's easier. And I take the first one and you kind of like twist it a little flat. Kind of like if you laid it down, it would be flat while these are still up doing your fan. And then I work around doing that. Kind of overcrossing a little because that's going to help the beginners really get that nail polish to stick on better. And this is the non-glue method, which Man vs. Pen said was not possible. I had to prove was. Especially for a beginner. A lot of people with the videos out say, unless you've done like 100, you can't use dollar store nail polish. You can. And then you have this flat against the stick. Leave it flat against the stick. Well, no, not at first. Sorry, you're going to flatten it later. You have a flower now. Now I have more made. There's flowers. See? You got a bunch of flowers. Now I'm going to show you a 4-leaf clover. There's the clovers. If my dogs bark, I apologize. There's a neighborhood dog running around driving them insane. Alright, with the 4-leaf clover, you again fan it. Oh, if I go out of camera view, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to pay attention here. Alright, now when you have that fanned, I again start with twisting the first one. And then working around, you kind of want to butt them up to each other. And you're going to get like a highway loop-de-loop. And that's when I bring in, I think they're like needle nose pliers. And I grab right off to the side of the center. And I lightly bend in. And then go right off to the center and bend in again. And then if you want, you can work going back and forth just ever a little bit. Work out that like little heart-shaped V. Let's do this one more time. Go off to the side of the center. And I'm like pulling this outer loop, you know, this edge right here, kind of straight somewhat as I'm pulling this way and bending the one end in. It easily, the movement just comes with it. This is not a hard project at all. Actually, I was kind of intimidated to try. And there's the other one. Now let's get on to some polish. I recommend definitely having plenty of paper towels. Alright, let's start with a flower. Look, I just got this yesterday. It's a color craze at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to need to do a part 2. I apologize. Stay tuned for part 2, filling in the flowers.